Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Discovering Japan. For those of you who've been following us know that last summer we made a video of the couple of houses that we were looking at in the western Tokyo area. They were really nice houses, but things just didn't work out. The seller didn't really want to negotiate. Other factors just didn't meet what we had been praying about and didn't really quite come to fruition. But we took some time over the winter, we took a break, we prayed a lot about some houses that would work for us. But now spring is in the air, the sakura have bloomed, there's new life in the air, and we think we might have found a house that's going to be an answer to our prayers. We feel so confident in it that we're going to take a drive about 4 hours north of Tokyo just to take a look at this one house. So come along with us, take a look, we'll give you a tour, and at the end of it we'll see what you guys think of this house. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so the house we're looking at today is a 2-story, 7 LDK plus detached garage and storage house. It's 36 years old and was built in 1989. The house is 171 square meters or a little over 1,800 square feet. The land is 1,056 square meters, which is a little under 1/3 of an acre. It's a 20-minute walk to the station, and I'll tell you the asking price when we get to the end. As we enter the house, we have this nice little glassed enclosure area. It's a good little place to kick the snow off your boots before you enter the house in the winter, and it also helps to keep the heat in. The first room we come to is a traditional Japanese room with tatami mats and sand walls. Very traditional. Right off to the side we have our kitchen. It's kind of narrow and obviously needs to be renovated. We'd probably gut the entire thing and start from scratch. Off to the side we've got some amazing views in the mountains off in the distance. And the wall over here we could probably remove and make this one large kitchen area. Japanese kitchens are quite small, and as a Westerner, I like to have a lot of room when I'm moving around cooking. All the rooms seem to have great views and just the outdoors and nature in general. This area gets a lot of snow in the winter, so I'm sure it's just absolutely gorgeous in the winter. I really love the traditional construction of this house. The solid wood all around, lots of wood. The shoji paper doors and the tatami mats. We'd probably replace all the tatami mats, but we would definitely replace them with new ones just to keep that traditional Japanese ambiance. Beautiful table that comes with the house. And at the end of the house here we've got this nice little sunroom. And once again, just awesome views of the garden. Nice views are important to my wife and I because we just want to feel like we're part of the nature that's around us. As we make our way back to the other end of the house, we can see that each room has plenty of storage. Actually, this space might be nice if we take out the storage and put in a nice fireplace or something. Of course, putting some stone around so that the ashes don't get on the tatami mats and burn the house down. Okay, these lights have got to go. And more storage. And a really nice view of the garden from this room. And down this way we've got the toilet, washroom, and bath area. Toilet area doesn't seem to be too bad. All natural real wood on the walls. And the washroom area, it's a little narrow, but again, natural wood on the walls that I'd probably want to keep. Get rid of that sink. And probably just join these two rooms and make one large bathroom area. Again, views are important to both of us. And here we have the ofuro. The pink tiles and tub are very dated and would definitely need to go. I could see turning this into a nice onsen style bath with some nice stonework or stone tile. Okay, let's go take a look at the last room on the first floor. I love this traditional lighting. This room could probably be used as a nice guest room or study room. So if we do decide to get this house and you want to come visit us in Japan, you'll have a nice room to stay in. This natural cypress wood flooring is really strong. And after some sanding, it'll be absolutely beautiful. Alright, well, let's go check out the upstairs. The upstairs currently consists of 2 bedrooms and a walk-in closet. I think the upstairs could better be utilized if we take that small walk-in closet and turn it into an office space or a YouTube studio. And then take the 2 bedrooms and turn them into a Western-style large bedroom with 1/3 of the upstairs being a large walk-in closet. What do you guys think? Here's the small walk-in closet area. Alright, let's head back downstairs and go outside and check out the detached garage and warehouse area. This detached garage is a great area for a workshop, tool storage, or whatever. It's a bit cluttered with the current owner's belongings, but this space has lots of potential. This upstairs space could be used for a guest house, or actually it kind of has man cave written all over it. Alright, well, let's go check out the exterior and landscaping around the house. And then I'd love to hear what you guys think. As we can see, the landscape is already meticulously maintained with traditional Japanese-style gardening. And I don't think I'd ever get tired of these wide-open views and distant mountain ranges. And there's a crystal clear creek that runs right behind the house. And I love this little granite table that's nestled in next to this other garden space. For me, outdoor space is just as important as the indoor space, so these beautiful gardens definitely hit the mark for me. So now for the all-important question, what's the asking price on this home? Well, the seller is asking 15 million yen, which equates to about 105,000 US dollars at the current exchange rate. And I think we could safely offer 14 million, or about 98,000 US dollars. No, this isn't one of those cheap Akiyas that everyone's talking about, but those Akiyas typically don't have land this big, and they often need lots of costly renovations. And in the end, they end up costing just as much as if you'd purchased something nicer anyway. So what do you guys think? Should we make an offer? My wife and I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't already done so, please be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to see if we make an offer to turn this into our future home. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on Discovering Japan.